Okay, so these appear to be metal shavings. That's what the condition looks like at this point. It appears to be grease. So let's take a look at what's might be going on here. It's got dual belts. This appears to be a level. You can check your oil, your fill levels, your oils, and that might be that air out. If you was to max it out, I doubt it, but I'm going to vacuum around it so I don't drop anything into the housing. Clean this up and get inside there and take a further look. So, appears I have to take off these 3 bolts here, and then 3 bolts in each one of these shafts to hold the plate on. To clear it so I can, you see the leaks around the machine to see what's going on in oh boy. I don't think that's going to be a simple leak issue. I think it's going to involve a gasket. So here are the tools I had to buy to get this far: a puller and a deep socket wrench to get in there to get those nuts off of there. This is how far I've gotten. And you can see I do have to remove the nylon part to get the puller on, to be able to pull it off, to be able to get to the center there, to be able to back this out. So it takes a little bit of work, and I'm still getting there as far as here's the leak around here. Just updating on the leaks. See if I can get this light to look a little differently for you. The lighting, so you can see the oils coming out of the housing over here, along of course with under here at these this section, these nuts. So you can see where it's coming out, where it shoots out. So I've only been able to test try it, and then I had to bring it to a halt because I literally could see oil coming out onto the concrete. Okay, just noting that there is a washer. It's here at this point. There we go. And it's on the opposite side at that point. And there's the washer. They're the same size on each side. Also note I have plenty of socket wrenches, big boys, tons of them. The damn nut was metric that held that on, so didn't want to run a chance of rounding it off and catching hell getting it out. So I had to go with the metric to give that a shot. Even tried, a wedge to remove this guy. Didn't work, so I had no choice but to make that purchase, which I'm trying to get compensated for. I'll tell you the pricing. Okay, here we are. Got it set on there into the center pin. Let's see if I can pull it off. It's beautifully easy, doesn't it? When you have the right tools, it's amazing. I tried for many minutes to get that off before I had to get in the car and drive an hour total drive time to get the damn part. But these keys, as I understand, should be replaced when you're putting it back. You shouldn't use the old keys. All right, let's move on. Okay, so here's a review of it, and you can see clearly there are leaks here. I cleaned this up before I brought it back inside, and this is what's left after I cleaned it up. So taking this off expose these rings. Gaskets, I'm sure, but also expose the oil. So I'm going to drain it first. Oh boy. I think I'll leave these on because I don't have any instructions. Trying to see how this plate is held on. This plate is held on with these 8 screws, or is that plate held on, bonded with this, and it's held on with these guys? I don't know. Probably a combination of both. I don't see a weld here. It looks like it's placed inside. I'm going to go with I'm going to slowly evaluate this. I'm going to start cleaning it up and seeing if I can see exactly. Oh, is that it? Is that a crack? Right there? It does look like a crack. It does look like a crack. And going off to this direction. Just going there and up. Okay, and that looks like, just like bad material or something, because there again, it's another, so maybe when they cast it, yeah. Alright, so this is cast, and when it's cast, that would be where it's more likely the most risky spot of it failing in the cast, or at the edges. In this case, right here, and here. So maybe they try to pack it with something to stop the leak, but I mean, it's just terrible. It's all the way around it. So it seems like it needs a new plate. Gaskets for around here for me to put them back in, because I'm sure you just don't want to put those back. Keyways, and this appears to be yeah, further evaluation on that. So it's like this bottom plate. Yeah, it's not, it shouldn't be that bad, but that's just asking for it to keep working with that. Oh boy, but let me go ahead and look at it and evaluate it more. Okay, so I've got a drain pan here. Let's go ahead and pull this plug out. Yes, it's going to run down. Let's go ahead and get that over with. Yep. Well, it shouldn't run out that much right now. It is leaning to the back. So, got nothing coming out yet. Let's see, I don't want to get this dirty. So, or I'm going to have to clean it up real good. So I'm going to put it in its own little plastic bag. Because I don't want to contaminate internal parts with dust or dirt. Well, not too much dust would matter, I guess, but put that there. So when I lean this over, I'm guessing oil should come out of this hole here. And I guess we can't really watch that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll lean it back to see if I broke my container or not. Enough where it could leak through. Well, it sure did. Boy, I gotta get another container. I think it's enough fluid in there to ruin my floors a little more. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I just realized I don't want to trash another one of these. I have a couple of these. This one's broken now, so now I'm down to one. So I don't want to trash it. So I'll just put it inside here. Just for the plastic. to get some form on it. And I'll weigh the contents to see how much I'm coming up, how much oil we lost. This appears to crack me up a little bit. So I'm going to do this again. And this time I've got someone to help me. I don't want to break the plastic, but I want the oil to start coming out. Tell me when I'm too close. So is oil coming out?
Yeah.
Good. I want to go a little longer, a little flat. Okay, well tell me when oil stops at that point.
It's still coming. Yeah, okay, it's coming.
It's flowing pretty good?
It's like...
Oh, surging, yeah. Okay. Still surging?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to get the, I'm going to break this vacuum on it. So it's got a nut up top here. It's going to loosen that up. So we can get some airflow in there. And that's my assistant also. Okay, so this might flow a little better. Here we go. This might flow better. Yeah, flowing better?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I took the one air vent out the top of it, if you will. Nice stream though still?
Yeah. Still.
Okay.
Yeah. A bit less now.
Hmm?
It's a little bit less now.
Okay. We'll lower down more.
You can't see now. It's too dark.
Hmm?
It's too dark now.
Can't see? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep it there for a second, a moment. So I'm not sure if it's still coming out or not. Just giving it there a little longer time, a little more time for level, you know, level-ish. Let it drain out as much as it can.
Oh, it's not.
Okay, let's see what we have here. So that's our contents, pretty much. All I did was remove this little air plug, if you will. I'll put that back in immediately. Now, I'll measure these contents. I'll probably put them in a gallon container to see the volume that way and see what I can come up with. It doesn't look contaminated. It looks pretty clean, clear. Some pretty thick viscosity, I can tell you that. I'll put it out of the way again and yeah, so it's dripping on the floor. Right, gotcha. I got that. Drip a lot more than that. Alright, so it's going to drip a lot more than that. Let's see here. I'll put the plug back in because I don't need the plug. Plug won't be of a concern for me anymore. And they don't use anything on the plug. It looks like they just, you know, just screw it in with a good machining, I guess, and no leaks. Just firm that up a little bit, and just for the general principle of it, I'll do the clean off now. You already know it's pretty bad everywhere. I did a slight cleaning before I started filming again, and I was not not happy. to what was there earlier. The spray I'm using is perfectly safe for rubber. I see this is got rubber around it, so yep, I've put it on my car a few times and no issues at all. It's not that aggressive. More of a neutralizer. But I'm cleaning it now because if I'm going to take this apart and put it back together, I don't want to have to deal with dirt on cleaning it up afterwards and cross-contaminating behind where it's got to be cleaned. So I'd rather clean it now. I'm going to take the same effort, or less effort rather, to do it now. Excuse me, then do it later. So now is the time to get this looking like new. All right, and that crack that I call it's more defined now. Let's take a look at that. We have a cleaned area. I'm going to even brush this up even more because I've got to take that out and put it back in ultimately. But that crack is still defined. It's still obviously a crack. It's not going to repair itself. So ran out of cleaner, just mixed up another batch. It's totally green. It's a totally green product. It's pretty nice. It's let's use a different bottle. The excluder was messing up on that one. It's Environox. They use it for a lot of places. So now I'm just going to clean that up again around all these nuts, so I don't get any of this, whatever's out here inside there, into the transmission, if you will. So okay, so I think that's pretty darn nice. I think that's pretty nice. Feeling for any grit or anything like that. And I like that. So let's go ahead and, well, put a rag down here, a bit more rags, protect my floor again. It seems like it's too late for that. Too cold outside for me to do this outside, so I'm sort of trapped with this environment that I'm in, and limited with what I have available to fix my problem. Let's go ahead and pull these off. I think it's gonna be this guy. Nope. Okay. Back to the metric again. Let's see. Damn things are nuded. They don't come out that easy. There we go. So that's a 10mm socket. I didn't have any metric stuff like that. I did have an adapter for it, so let's see what happens. Alright, so nice and clean. Too. It's part of the shaft system. It's leaking over here. I think I know what's going on now. I mean, how this is set up. So the gears are in here. This is a retaining ring. I'm going to put these down for now, and I don't mind the oil getting on them, re-soaking them. But I'm going to start pulling these guys out. See what's going on with that. And here we go. Alright, so they do use some type of threading product on that. So I'll take note of that. Pretty. Nothing I smelled before. That's 2 for 2. They just put it on the top there. You can see that's full of that oil leak that they had going on. Let's see here. Pretty thick. Nothing wrong with that bolt. That's where the leak, one of the leaks were. You know, just by chance to see, inspect the bolt. You know, maybe the bolt cracked. Maybe there's a crack in the bolt. Maybe there's a line in the bolt somehow, something crazy. Now this is pretty flat. And looking up here, yep, pretty flat. It's pretty flat. So I'm not going to say it has anything to do with the bolt now. Same thing, you can see how they, about halfway up, how they treat it. Again. So I'll clean all these bolts off. I'm not impressed with the little bit of dust that's on it, so I'll have to go at all of them. All of them have to be pretty much cleaned up. Put a neutralizer on it so it doesn't create rust. So, well, I guess they won't rust. They get water on them themselves. But the inside, then, I'm worried about then. And so far, batting 100 on the same amount of, I don't know, this sealer in there, I'm guessing. Well, we'll see when we get behind it. It's got to be bolting into something like that. That one came up, you know, weak on the sealer, but there wasn't a leak present there. So, gonna get it off the socket. Here we go. Let me line this back up. All right, now we got oil coming down out of there, out of the one hole. So, why would oil come out of that hole? Thread it, hold all the way through. So on the other side, it might be a plate screws into, and the plate's threaded all the way through, not like with a stop on it. So I could see where oil would come out of that one above then, if that's the case. I could see that. So it would mean something like it was threaded, tapped, it wasn't tapped deep enough. I mean, it was tapped too wide for the threads to match up. So now, in essence, they want me to try to put a filler in by using pipe dope. Not sure if that's a good fix. More like a helicoil would be the proper fix for it. Where you re-tap the hole and put a proper size bolt in it. Alright, so we've got nothing going on yet. Nothing revealing itself yet. So what do we do next? Let's finish taking off the one side there. Because they spin together, so these are connected. They're connected with a pulley or gear system. I think it's going to be a gear system. The pulley's up top. So I don't think they put pulleys inside here. That would just be stupid. It would just slip and everything else. So logically it would be gears. Put them on top. These guys have to be clean, so I don't care if oil gets on them. Might even do it a little good doing that. Just kind of in a way. So let's go ahead and leave that of its position. put it up tops on top of here so we know not to forget it. And now, here's the thing. How do you get in there? This is starting to look more and more like one piece. This and this is all one. This piece and this piece, one piece with a lip on it. As I look up here, I'm pretty confident in it that that's what it is. But what we'll do is just, it's not a lip. It won't. I'm pretty confident. Just taking a look at it with something. Yeah. So that's one piece here, and it appears to be one piece. How are you supposed to get that down? How am I supposed to get that forward? Well, this should be a pulley then. 2 bolts back in there, back onto here, and a pulley to pull this down. Great. Great, great, great. I don't have anything like that yet. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. You want to pull it off equally. You don't want to ruin the... Okay, don't want to ruin anything. So it's not that, I'm seeing how far back this is before I hit threads. So it's about that thick, this plate. Pretty significant. Pretty significant piece of aluminum, I'm thinking it is, right here. Let's see what I can do. Give me a moment to think this out. Figure out what tools I might have. Okay, so what I did was I reached into one of these threads and wanted to see what that product was they had in there. It's more rubber based. The see how it elongates, and you can, I can see the threads on them. Let's see if I can move this in closer. I can see threads on this product. See the threads? 1, 2, 3 grooves. And it's more rubber based, like I said. It's not the same product as the seller would like me to put back. So I need to know what did they use there, so we can be consistent. Okay, so here's my standoff right now. I put these screws back in, I cleaned them up, put the 4 down here just so it can stop leaking that little bit of oil onto the floor. This has been re-cleaned again and again, numerous times. Remember, we have a leak up here, we have a leak around here, and a leak around here. These guys must have been put in last, maybe they even put sealer behind it, I don't know. But it's not budging. I've even tried pulling it from this bolt. Of course, I can't add more, put a pulley in here, because putting a pulley in here doesn't work. Because it's going to bolt and just hold the plate down. All I'm going to be doing is pulling on something that's bolted down. So that just doesn't even make sense. I don't have anything rigged up to do that yet anyway. So I try to go through the top of the machine to see if I could reach down there and maybe push on it from the back side, and I didn't want to get too far into that. It's the gears in there and I couldn't see where I was going, so that was I wouldn't be able to see where I was going, so that wouldn't work. Besides, it would only push on one side if I did get that far. So the key to pulling this off is getting in here and then getting in here, or pulling it all off in one shot. They have these here and here on the other side. They have like guide pins, if you will. If you could get if the seller confirms, I'll try to put a bigger bolt in here, a threaded bolt, a threaded bolt. Yeah, is there a non-threaded bolt? All right, so I'll try to put a threaded bolt in here and over there, and at the same time start snugging them up, and hopefully it won't rip this metal around here off. Great, so now I'm going to stand still. I can't get this to come forward. I know we have a leak here, and I know we have a leak around here. So how do we fix this? That's my question to the manufacturer. How do we get it off? I figure now we're all the way into, I don't know how you secure this, but now we're into replacing this and possibly this at the same time. And it's up for me to mangle this off, get this bottom plate off, which is gonna probably invert the machine and just start going at it, you know, like, oh gosh, maybe a bolt here if he allows me to do it, bolt here, and use these as the clamp to start pushing it away, sliding it off this sleeve. It's not connected to any gears. This is connected to the gears, obviously. So long as I do not harm these shafts, I should be okay. But we'll see. Wait till the manufacturer or the seller tells me how to proceed.